Hola amigos and bienvenidos to Lito's Language Lab. Today we'll learn how to actually start having conversations with each other. You already know how to say tengo, meaning I have. Now we'll learn how to say you have with tienes. We'll also learn how to make a statement negative, meaning I don't have or you don't have, because after all, we don't always have something. But then we'll bring it all together by learning how to ask and answer questions, like real conversations do. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to ask questions and say things like, you have my map. How to ask, do you have my passport? And answer, no, I don't have your passport, I have your map. And this will begin some amazing conversations we can have together. Are you ready? I know you can do this. Vamos! Listen how to say you have.
Tienes. Tienes. Tienes.
Did you hear how that first syllable, tie, jumps out a little stronger? That's the tonic syllable showing us where the pow goes. Tienes. Notice how tienes ends with es. That ending tells us we're talking to you. Spanish verbs change their endings depending on who is doing the action. Now it's your turn. Say, you have.
Tienes.
Excellent. Let's say that one more time. You have.
Tienes.
Perfect. Now let's use tienes with words we already know from our Mexico unit. Listen how to say, you have my food.
Tienes mi comida.
Now it's your turn. Say, you have my food.
Tienes mi comida.
Great. You see how we replace tengo mi with tienes mi. That one little change switches from I have to you have. Let's keep going. How would you say, you have my music?
Tienes mi música.
Say, you have my flag.
Tienes mi bandera.
Now let's say, you have my hat.
Tienes mi sombrero.
Say, you have my suitcase.
Tienes mi maleta.
What about, you have my map?
Tienes mi mapa.
Now say, you have my passport.
Tienes mi pasaporte.
Say, you have my adventure.
Tienes mi aventura.
Now let's say, you have my country.
Tienes mi país.
And finally, say, you have my capital.
Tienes mi capital.
Excellent, you're already building long Spanish sentences. Now, what if we want to say we don't have something? In Spanish, we just add no in front of the verb. Nothing else changes. If tengo means I have, then no tengo means I don't have. If tienes means you have, then no tienes means you don't have. Listen how to say I don't have.
No tengo.
We always put no before the verb, never after. So it's no tengo, not tengo no. That's something we have to be careful of because many people want to switch those words around. Listen how to say you don't have.
No tienes.
That single little word no acts like a light switch that turns the sentence off. It means I don't have, you don't have. Let's practice. Say, I don't have my hat.
No tengo mi sombrero.
Say, I don't have my suitcase.
No tengo mi maleta.
Now let's say, you don't have my passport.
No tienes mi pasaporte.
And finally say, you don't have my map.
No tienes mi mapa.
Great job! Now you know how to turn any sentence into the opposite, into the negative form. We've been talking about me or my now for some time, but now it's time to talk about your. Listen to Mr. Roberto tell us how to say your in Spanish.
Tú.
Let's practice. Say your.
Tú.
Excellent. Now say your food.
Tu comida.
Say your music.
Tu música.
Say your flag.
Tu bandera.
Say your hat.
Tu sombrero.
Say your suitcase.
Tu maleta.
Say your map.
Tu mapa.
Now say your passport.
Tu pasaporte.
How about your adventure?
Tu aventura.
Now for your country.
Tu país.
And finally, your capital.
Tu capital.
Excellent. Now we can talk about me and tú, my and yours. Let's compare these side by side. Say, I have my hat.
Tengo mi sombrero.
Now say, you have your hat.
Tienes tu sombrero.
See the pattern? When we talk about ourselves, we use tengo mi. When we talk to someone else, we use tienes tú. Now we're ready to start asking questions with these same words. In English, we say, do you have? But in Spanish, we don't need extra words like do or did. We simply use our tone. Our voice rises at the end of a question to imply that we're asking that question. This is going to make a lot more sense when you hear us actually using this. Listen how to ask, do you have my food?
¿Tienes mi comida?
Did you hear that lift at the end? Mr. Roberto didn't state a fact. He asked it in an inquisitive way. That's how Spanish forms a question. Here's something I want you to keep in mind. When writing questions in Spanish, Spanish always uses question marks to begin and end the question. One upside-down question mark opens the question, and a regular question mark ends the question. So when you see that question in writing, you're going to see an upside-down question mark at the beginning and a regular question mark at the end. We'll see that more when we actually get to writing these questions. But now it's your turn. Say, do you have my food?
¿Tienes mi comida?
Great, let's keep practicing. Say, do you have my music?
¿Tienes mi música?
How about, do you have my flag?
¿Tienes mi bandera?
And now, do you have my hat?
¿Tienes mi sombrero?
How would you ask, do you have my suitcase?
¿Tienes mi maleta?
Now ask, do you have my map?
¿Tienes mi mapa?
How do you ask, do you have my passport?
¿Tienes mi pasaporte?
Ask, do you have my adventure?
¿Tienes mi aventura?
Ask, do you have my country?
¿Tienes mi país?
And finally ask, do you have my capital?
¿Tienes mi capital?
Excellent! You're asking questions like a native Spanish speaker. Now that you can ask these questions, let's learn how to answer them. Every question needs an answer, so listen how to say yes.
Sí.
Listen how to say no.
No.
We're going to start using that sí and no to answer questions. But one thing I want you to pay attention to is that when we use no to answer a question and we use a negative verb, you're going to hear us using the word no twice. That's not by accident. That first no is going to answer the question that's being asked, and the second no is attached to the verb in order to say, no, I don't have something. We would say, no, no tengo. You hear that? Tu no, no, no tengo, which means no, I don't have. Now let's practice answering questions with the Spanish we've learned so far. Say, yes, I have your food.
Sí, tengo tu comida.
Say, no, I don't have your food.
No, no tengo tu comida.
Say, yes, I have your music.
Sí, tengo tu música.
Now say, no, I don't have your music.
No, no tengo tu música.
Let's say, yes, I have your flag.
Sí, tengo tu bandera.
But now say, no, I don't have your flag.
No, no tengo tu bandera.
Now let's say, yes, I have your hat.
Sí, tengo tu sombrero.
But now say, no, I don't have your hat.
No, no tengo tu sombrero.
Say, yes, I have your suitcase.
Sí, tengo tu maleta.
But now let's answer in the negative and say, no, I don't have your suitcase.
No, no tengo tu maleta.
Let's use the affirmative now to answer, yes, I have your map.
Sí, tengo tu mapa.
But turn it to the negative and say, no, I don't have your map.
No, no tengo tu mapa.
Say, yes, I have your passport.
Sí, tengo tu pasaporte.
But now say, no, I don't have your passport.
No, no tengo tu pasaporte.
Say in the affirmative, yes, I have your adventure.
Sí, tengo tu aventura.
But now use the negative and say, no, I don't have your adventure.
No, no tengo tu aventura.
Say, yes, I have your country.
Sí, tengo tu país.
But now say, no, I don't have your country.
No, no tengo tu país.
And finally, let's answer in the affirmative and say, yes, I have your capital.
Sí, tengo tu capital.
But turn it into the negative and say, no, I don't have your capital.
No, no tengo tu capital.
Excellent. Now you can ask, answer, and use positives and negatives like a real Spanish speaker. Let's practice a short conversation with everything we've learned. Ask, do you have my hat?
¿Tienes mi sombrero?
Now answer, no, I don't have your hat. I have my hat.
No, no tengo tu sombrero. Tengo mi sombrero.
Now let's ask, do you have my music?
¿Tienes mi música?
Let's answer, yes, I have your music.
Sí, tengo tu música.
Ask, do you have my passport?
¿Tienes mi pasaporte?
Answer, no, I don't have your passport. I have my passport.
No, no tengo tu pasaporte. Tengo mi pasaporte.
This is exactly how Spanish conversations flow, questions and answers bouncing back and forth like ping pong. This is the greatest part of learning a new language is that we can converse with one another. You did an incredible job today learning to ask and answer questions in Spanish. And now you even know how to make verbs negative and talk about your things, not just my things. In our next adventure, we're going to travel to Guatemala to discover new words and new ways to communicate. For now, hasta pronto. See you soon.